Hey, happy Friday, everyone. This is Carol J. Dunlop, your online wild strategist. Wow, it's the end of the week, the end of the first full week of 2018. Yeah, we had a week last week, but Monday was the new year. Sunday wasn't even counted. That was the last day of last year. So this is the first full week of 2018. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Have you gotten things on track? Are you making plans? Are your plans in motion? I hope that they are. So we're talking today. This is the first training of the year for in the Unmarket Your Business group. I want to welcome you here, and I will with your friends and followers and loved ones so we can all get together here in the same place and actually make an impact for 2018 and do the things that we need to do. This group is all about showing you how to unmarket your business, just like the title of my book, Unmarket Your Business, 10 Ways for Savvy Entrepreneurs to and Start Profiting. So if you didn't make a lot of money in 2017, forget about it. It's done. It's over. This is 2018. I actually had a goal of 100,000 to make $100,000 in my business last year. I did not make that, but I did make, I think it was 20% more over 2016. So that was good, right? So I'm just going to go more and more and more and more. I started off the year with a bang last year with advertising my summit, starting the podcast. The podcast is still going, almost 50 episodes in there. That means that I broadcast at least once a week. I think I took like three weeks off during the year, so it was 52 weeks in a year. So I hit like 6 or something like that episodes. Isn't that awesome? Almost 50. Yay, cool. For a 1-year anniversary, I'm so happy about that. So happy to keep it going. I started it as a way of marketing the book. That went swimmingly. So I actually was able to release the book in November. It was set for March, but life got in the way, things got in the way, stuff got in the way, but it's okay. It's okay. I did release it in November, and guess what? It became an international bestseller. So I am totally happy with that, and big things coming. Actually, I have a couple big things coming up. I will be letting you know as we go along. Launch is going to be in February. I haven't set a date quite yet. I think it's February. I want to say February or March because I have a special thing. I'm going to be giving away some books of other authors in there. You'll watch out for that announcement coming up. So you'll be able to get at least free that can help your business to be successful in 2018. Isn't that awesome? I'm now talking to the authors who I'm handpicking to be in there because I know their books will be awesome. So I don't want anything less than stellar. No less than stellar stuff. So it's going to be great. As I said, we are just started in this new year. We're getting rolling. This is the first full week that we've come to the end of. So we are celebrating, yay, that we made it to the end of the week. As my good friend, colleague, and client, Eugenia Trailblazer Rucker says, we actually have made it, we made it over. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about 3 things I knew before what? Before starting my business. If you don't, you should have by now by being in the group and learning some things, but I started this business over 23 years ago along with my husband. Well, my husband and I started the business. He pushed me and said, you'd be out there. You need to be doing things. You're too big employee. You need to be an entrepreneur. And I'd always wanted to do it. My mom was one, so was my grandmom. I talk about that in the book, and I knew it was my time. So he pushed me. 23 years later, we're still together. There's some twists and turns, and that's what this live is about. That's what this training session is about. It's going to help you. So if you are in the midst of your business, if you haven't started your new business, if you're trying to employee and go over to be an entrepreneur, great for you. But there are some things that I know, and these are just 3 of them. Actually, I wrote a blog post about it, and I had 7 things altogether I talked about. I'm only going to talk about 3, so you can go over to and that's at csicorporation.com, and you can see the other 4 things that I talk about. Now, you can use these even if you've been in business for years and years and years as things that you may not know or have not got a grasp on yet that I'm sure you can recognize. I'll start talking about them. So let's get into this. So the first thing, the customer is always right. I wish I had known this before I started the business. The customer's not always right. Even if they say for great customer service, the customer is always right. You need to look at that in a way that the customer could possibly be right, but a lot of times they're wrong. And why are they wrong? Because they don't know what they're talking about. They just know what they want. They don't know what you can provide and how you can provide it. They just know what they want. And in that essence, they're always right because they know what they want. But in getting to that right part, you are the expert. You are the one that can show them the way that they may say that they want, for instance, a website. And this is a true thing that happened to me. I had a lady I was flying on her website. She didn't get anything about how I did it or whatever. She just said, I want butterflies. And I had to be the one to come up with I didn't say that she wasn't right, and I didn't say that she couldn't have it. And I did. She wound up having butterflies every time someone clicked the link for the butterfly flying on the page, and she totally loved it. So I was able to do what she wanted. The other thing is sometimes the other side of that is sometimes we allow patients to kind of run us and get over on thinking about it too much. We just allow that kind of stuff to happen. In the blog post I was talking about, I talked about this story where I had just started in my business and I landed this great client. He wanted a total marketing package and he needed it like in 24 hours. Cool, let's do it. I can do this. This is great. I'm just starting and already I land this big client. So I stayed up all night and I did it for him and I delivered a slam bang package for him. And guess what happened? Nothing. I did not get paid. I did not even hear from him ever again. So the lesson in that is you need to get an agreement in place. I know one of my other clients and colleagues and good friends, Bernadette Harris of By the Book Accounting, just did a Facebook Live in her group, The Efficient CEO, about you need some agreements in place. That way, even if the customer is right, you both know what's going on. You both are on the same page. You got it written, signed, deal. You got their signature, and they agreed to whatever it was. So in essence, they're right, but only to the extent that the agreement points out. If I had slowed down a little bit and said, hey, this is a great opportunity for me to land an awesome client, I need you to sign an agreement and I need a deposit so that even if he skipped out, I would at least have some money to say, oh, darn, I didn't get paid the whole thing, but I got. It was a big lesson. And just knowing that, you are right, dude. The customer wants what they want, but you are right in what you need to do. And you need to take care of yourself in that. You need to make sure you get paid. You need to make sure that everyone on both sides. What are they getting? What are you giving them? And what's the time frame? Things are always going to happen. That clients don't do what they say they're going to do. You may have some issues that come up, but if you've got that thing in an agreement on paper, it will really help you out in the end. The number two thing that I learned is you are not an island. I'm not an island. We're not all by ourselves in this thing. Even though I've been in business for 23 years, there are many other people in the same line of work that I'm doing, web design and social media, internet strategy, that have been doing it for 23 years, 2 years, 5 years, 50 years. Now, I can't say they've been doing internet marketing for 50 years because it hasn't been around that long, but they've been doing marketing. Marketing is the same principles apply. We're just applying it to a new medium here. So you're not an island. You're not alone. Whatever you're doing now, someone has already done it in another way, shape, form, or fashion. That you've got to be the pioneer woman who goes out and blazes the trail, digs the ditch, builds the house, makes up the cement. You don't have to do that all by yourself. There are plenty of people that can help you, and you're going to need that along the way. If I had known that, if I had really stopped to realize that I really don't have it, I just have people who can help me in different ways. I have a lot I work with right now. Nadine Mullings, She has a company where she does marketing. She does internet marketing, about blogging. She talks about using text messaging. She talks about using your website. And she doesn't create websites. I do. But we both blog on each other's toes. We hit it at a different way, and we are friends. We work together on a couple of different programs. Got some more coming up in 2018. Stay tuned for that. And I appreciate her knowledge and how she goes about things. And I'm pretty sure she does the same with me, or we wouldn't be working together. So don't look at other people that do the same thing as you as competitors. Look at them as sources of information, how they can help you. Because I'm telling you, we're all doing the same thing. We're trying to make some money. We are, trying to keep a roof over our head, keep our internet going, pretty awesome shoes on our feet, and even some of us are into beautiful handbags and maybe some hairstyles. So whatever it is you want to make the money for to fund your business or to help that child, that's across the street or across the world, you need to be selling. To do it by yourself, other people can help you, and it's called collaborate. Talk about that in the book. There's a whole chapter on collaborate, how to find the partners, how to work with people, getting those agreements in place, what you need to do, what you need to look out for. So if you're interested in that and learning more about it, please definitely check out the book. All right, next, I love this one because this applies to anything. Failing to plan is, without a plan, you're not going to succeed. You need a plan and a forward with anything that you do. When I was a personal trainer, I talked about how you need a plan and a strategy for losing the weight, for getting on track and staying on track. It's the same with, even if you do this for 2, 5, 10 years, you still need a plan and a strategy. That's why I said this is the end of the first full week of 2018. What are you doing moving forward? How are you planning on making your money? How are you planning? I talk about making money because that's what we're in there for. I mentioned all across the street, or whether you're helping a child across the world, whether you're helping your parents or yourself, you need money to live, or you need some kind of income come and live, right? Let's get that out of the way. We don't want to skipping around this impact and stuff and service, heart-centered entrepreneurs always talking about, well, I want to be of service. That's fine, you want to be of service, but you can't be of service and what's coming from, right? I'm just, out there telling the truth. So, man, you have to figure out what you're going to do first, second, third, next. What program are you going to bring out? How are you going to bring it out? How are you going to automate it so that you can spend more time with your family and your loved ones and doing that stuff that you love? Helping those kids or those family members or those people who need you. You got a place to do that. Now, I know when it comes down to planning, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Yeah, you don't have time to use things, but you have time to fail. I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to fail in your life. I don't want you to fail in your business. And I don't want you to fail in trying to mesh those things in life balance out. I want you to be a well-rounded, well-balanced entrepreneur, right? Especially an entrepreneur who knows what she's doing, who's got it going on, and people look up to you. Now, how can you do that if your business is bringing you down? Or if you think every time I sit down to do something, I'm like, oh my God, I got to do this again. I got to do so much. I can't even get the life balance in order, in balanced out. And self-care, me time, is that stuff on your agenda? It needs to be. There's a walk, sit on the couch or lay in the bed and do absolutely nothing, and you should be able to do that. You shouldn't be thinking like, oh my God, if I stop for 1 second, my whole business, my whole life is going to fall apart. That's about planning. That's about stress. And luckily, I have a solution for you, and I want you to join me a class that Linus Woods Mullins and I have put together. Now, we know where you are. We've been where you are. We've been in business for ourselves for a long time, entrepreneurs. Linus and I have been friends and colleagues since 2009, a whole decade ago, right? Almost a decade ago. And so we know and skip family time and put things aside, yourself included, things done in your business. And then it becomes a drain on you. Your business becomes a drain. And you're like, there's got to be a better way. Well, there is. Linus and I have this masterclass, 3 massive mistakes even smart women entrepreneurs make that keep them overwhelmed and stressed out. And we've got the solutions for you. We're going to share with you and tricks and self-care techniques that you may not have thought about. We're going to show you how to get team members on your side, how to weed out those negative Nellies, and how to get the good really can help you soar and do what you need to do. And then also your technology in your business so you can have more time to spend time with friends and family and do things that you really want to do in your business life. So you'll see right below here, I want you to go there right now. It's bit.ly/3 mistakes. Sign up for this masterclass that is coming up. I think I've been saying Wednesday, but it's actually next Thursday. Next Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Maybe just with this new year, I've been like, da 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 da, you know. That's one way I can say it. Also, you know, I suffered with breast cancer in 2011, so I can say chemo brain, I can say pause brain, I can say whatever, but this is the real deal. If you go there right now, bit.ly/3 mistakes 2018, you can sign up for the masterclass. You can get your life on track. You can love your business again, and you can find out ways that you team. I can't wait to see you on the class. See you then. Thanks for tuning in. And please remember, I guess you really can't share this outside of the group, but invite people to the group so that they can see it too. How about that? Let's do that one. Bye for now, and I'll see you next Friday. So long.